Welcome back to my Linux from scratch system install now. It's multi-lib. We're going to be installing this twice. I'm going to skip the x32-bit since I don't have the proper stuff for it. And let's just copy my systemd configuration. Paste it in. This one actually installs everything, including setting up the systems. It's been an interesting experiment. Done this before. And let's do Zbuild here and extracting. It did the set, created the groups using Meson as a wrapper for Ninja. So same, very similar way of building systemd. And now it's compiling. This does take quite a bit. It's at 720 out of 2289. Okay, running through the test suite now at done. Testing. It's a very good sign. All okay. A couple skips in there. See anything bad so far? Should be. And now installing. And next, we're going to be building the the M32. We've already set up all the systemd links. And now the M32. Okay, I'm just about ready to copy things in. It's slightly different, but not different from a normal copy. And we already have the file open here. Paste it in. Everything looks good. Oh. Already created the group. I'm just building this for the 32-bit libraries. Go. And I just forgot a space. This should rework. It shouldn't have extracted, but it should set all this stuff up. And yeah, that looks good. And yep, looks good. Yes, yes, yes. And building again, 2300 packages. Okay, it's running through the test suite, so everything looks pretty good. Just the same as the first one. Some skips. See any fails, so it's really hard to tell. Almost done. Tester install looks good too. Perfect. And I'm going to skip the x32-bit since I don't have that stuff. I don't think it's going to be a problem because I don't use x32. And that is it. We're right now doing dbus 1.16.2 for this episode. And we're going to be building this twice. I'm going to skip the x32 as well. Just going to do the first two. So I've already got this dbus post. It's same as any other ones. Let's copy and paste into here. Now 8's. Oh yeah, and I want to put 1 for the regular version. Let's control copy. Let's paste it in as for 1.16.2. And save and exit. Zbuild 878. And let's build dbus. And this package won't take very long. It's running the test suite and compiling. And it's done in 11 seconds. Okay, now we have the configuration ready for the M32. .2 here. CVC. package config cc and our G6X +1 compile. Should work. And got Zbuild. And that looks pretty good. Building again for M32. Just doing tests, and yes, it did tester install. Nice. And not gonna do the X32. We're almost finished here. Next up, ManDB. I just had to change a couple of the things because the package that I downloaded is 2.13.0. Nano. Okay, let's try this again. 3, 2. Here it is. Nano 879. Now I can Control A, copy this, and paste it in here. Make sure. Oops, gotta make sure. Doctor here. Looks good. Let's have a make check. Building ManDB now. All the database languages for all the certain locales. And this will take probably about a couple minutes. And we're done at 52 seconds. Next up will be our proc.gs. proc.ps.ng. And it's only just once. Okay, now let's create our CBC. Nice. Paste this in. We're running our little test suite here. And then make install. And that's Zbuild. And this will take not very long. A few seconds. Especially on this fast machine. Command. Suite. Installed. And 20 seconds. Next up is Utility 2.4.1. Okay, we're going to be building this twice. Let's use 881.1 CBC and paste this in. It's already been created and we're using the 241. Yeah, so probably take it about a minute or so. Running the test suites right now. Everything looks okay. Looks like I see some skips, but because of root permissions. Because this is being run as the tester. All these tests right here. And I'm going to be doing this. Okay, we're done at 1 minute 42 seconds. Apparently we have to do a prepare here. Okay, now we're back to 881 here, part 2. And that's called CBC. And that's Control C. And paste this in. It's pretty similar to all the ones we've done before with the lib32. Save this and .cbuild. And this one will probably take just as much time as the first one, about 2 minutes. And we're back at 55 seconds. Everything's installed from the tester install and green stars, meaning everything's good. We're going to skip the X32-bit, we don't need those. And nothing in the game LFS will use that. Next up, E2FS progs. Okay, configuration is edited. Let's go nano 882 ZBC C. Let's paste it in. Check, make sure I got all my ands. I had to make sure I had CD build in all of these. Creates directly. These are just being processed. Should be good. And configuring. So take good amount of time, possibly. And this one's be all of it. Doing the additional install here from the directory. Yeah, I just had a little error. I think I left an and here, so this did not actually built. So let's try now. Oh, probably the previous one here to make info. Now it's done. Okay, so then I could do this one here. This is just alt. Okay. I just had an extra and, which this did not completely build. But other than that, this should work now on the next pass. And it was only took, it doesn't say. Didn't take very long, but it removed the archive files and did the other ones that were in the post configuration. And that's it. It's just about debugging and stripping. We're not going to be stripping too much out of this. It's not really that necessary, and you should keep this just in case. It's saying that if you do things wrong, this can make your system unusable. So I'm going to pass on this stripping. It's not really necessary. And just some cleaning up, removal. And star. Everything in this temp directory we don't need anymore. And anything for the LA files. The two archive files, which we don't need. This as well. And we don't need our tester unit either. A tester. We can remove this as well. We can just move ABC chapters 8. And when we come back, we just clean up that move test. And now we're ready to build our special chapter 9, which will be including the unistring and things like that. That is it for this configuration. Next up is everything else. We were just doing cleanup and we were doing system configuration. But before we get into this, I'm going to install a few more packages. I've just finished right here. Open SSH 10.0 P1. And I am just about to start the TASM. Our first version is using 2. installs. And this version is from the gaming Linux from scratch because it has both the 32-bit versions on here and the 64-bit version. So I'm going to copy and paste into here. Save this out. This. Let's execute it, and it's now building the first version, the 64-bit version. And that version is done. Good. Next, we have the M32-bit version. Change the directory here. To C. And it's almost the same. We just have the usual CC, CX, package config, as well as the libdir and a destdir installed right here. And a new function called ldconfig that resets the configuration, like updates the link loader. Save this out. Building the 32-bit library now. And we're done at 20 seconds. Okay, now we're starting to build P11 kit here. I'm just going to copy. P11 kit, CBC, for certifications and SSL. So sed command here does pre-configurations. I shouldn't have to download. That's another thing I have to build first. And this should build because I checked. I already have P11 kit installed. This takes quite a bit of time. It's doing this on setup. The test suite takes time at 0.7 s to build units. So, okay, we just finished the test suite and everything's all perfect. And we did the link. Next up is make CA. Make CA is a little bit different where we build our build is actually installing. I'm just going to start doing 904 CBC. And during the install phase here, we're actually going to be building the certifications that are required to download programs using curl or wget. Save this out. You know, I have this program downloaded and installing make CA, downloading cert data, and it's adding that into the trust store. Takes a few minutes. It's actually downloading all the certifications. Extracting is good, post is good, system timer is updated, and we're done in 13 seconds. Okay, now let's try 905 NSPR. We'll see if this will download. Sure, I don't have that. Let's test. And there, download is now complete. And this is using my static Zbuild program to download install. And we're done the 64-bit library. Now we're going to run the same program and do the 32-bit library here. 2, paste it here. So it's very similar to the other one, except we disable 64-bit and we're building off the M32. And since we already downloaded it, you won't have to download it, just build and install. Nice. Okay, next up is our libuni string. 6.1. 2 versions. And remove the static library in this version because my Zbuild requires the static library. So it can do Zbuild and install building. This might take a bit. This GLFS does not have the times yet, or the MD5 sums for these. This, according to the BLFS book, will take 0.6 and 0.3 SBU. It will take a good, probably about 5 minutes. And we're done. Build time 2 minutes 41 seconds. That's pass 1, pass 2. Now for the M32. Okay. Paste. This one I'm going to disable the static for the 32-bit libraries because I don't believe I will need them. And 3 minutes of waiting. Configures and builds. That's right, this one took a little bit quicker because it doesn't run the test suite, and it's done at 1 minute 39 seconds. Our next one will be libidn2 for that. To build libidn. 4-bit libraries. This one will take, well, it's going to take a little longer with the test suite that's running, but not that much. And we're done at 23 seconds. Next up is libidn M32. Just change this. Oops. And that first. Simple build. Just have the build configure pretty much standard lib32. So Zbuild 32-bit library. This should take even quicker because it's not running a test suite. It's the configuring that takes the longest. Done. 17 seconds. Of course, next up we have the PSL. Next up is the PSL and speed twice. 64-bit for the regular M32. This one's pretty standard. We're doing Meson setup build. This sets up the build directory, then compile that build directory, then test, and then install. I know it's slightly different from the instructions here, but this makes sure that it uses the Meson wrapper. Done with that one. Very quick. And for 32-bit, almost the same, except of course we have our standard M32 stuff and the dester installed into that directory. Execute our Zbuild, building, and we're done. Okay, next up is our curl not 8.14. Paste it in CBC for 64-bit. This will probably download 2 files. I made sure the files are correct and the 5s are correct. That. Look at this, disable static because I want the static libraries for this version. Save and build. And there we go, download and curl. It's gonna take a little bit. That's a pretty good sign. Oh. And download the patch. Nice. Curl takes oh no, it doesn't have tests. Just configure. So 0.2 system build units. SBU. And building. It's going to skip the test because I didn't put that in. Make sure you're using both this version and the other one just to verify things a little bit better. Because there are some bugs in this, like this make dir cd build. You don't need to build it in its own directory like this. Installing. And done. 1 minute 17 seconds for the first one. And next up, 32-bit version. Let's make sure I get the nano right. Very similar, except we have Dester installed instead. Execute. It doesn't have to download anything because it already did download. And libcurl 32-bit libraries are now built. We're also going to build wget and git in this pass before rebooting and building our stuff. Set up for 910 wget. I should already have it. It'll download and install. Go. Make check, make install. This is pretty simple. And we're done at 52 seconds. Now we have both wget and curl installed. And this is now available. We're also going to be installing git 2.49. We also have documentation, which we'll be downloading later. And it's, okay, next up is 911 git. Actually, I'm going to call this .1. Because I'm going to be creating 2 other files, or 1 other file. Download and install documentation with just a simple bash script. Everything's the same here. We're running a test suite. So, Zbuild. Oh, and I already have Git downloaded, which makes it easier. And this will take up to 7 SBU units. It's running the test suite right now. There's a lot of OKs here. This is being logged as well. Here, we can also grab the log if we want to. Okay, and we're done at 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Next up is the documents, like I was saying. I made this .2, call it docs, and I made a script that's already been done. Just copied it from the other thing. This one here, just as I just updated the package, so it has package version here. I could change that there as well, but the NC here means no clobber, so if these already exist, it won't download them. It downloads the /sources and then the URL. And there's the reorders things. It's a little work, but it works really quickly. Just go. H. I guess the desktop text. Oh. It got changed. The last command here is an adoc. Okay, so some of these because they changed. There we go. That's renamed. should have checked. Let's see. That during a change from 248 to 249, we can just double check to see this VM anyway, so but it gives us and it looks pretty good. I think it moves the documents anywhere. So, okay, and get this done. Okay, next step is our pop T for our EFI system. Paste it in. This is a pretty small one. And Zbuild. Didn't have to download because I've already downloaded this in our pre-configuration check, and we're done in 6 seconds. EFI var. This one does not need mandoc. Var here. Copy things correctly. And this one's pretty quick. This just solves that, does that. Doesn't have to download, it just installs. Now it's done. For EFI boot manager, we'll be rebuilding grub sim 2. Paste it in. Building and installed. Next step is I'll have to check. Okay, next up is this small little script here. By which copy paste. It's really just a quick one. There is no alternative here that if you don't want to install which, there is a which script here, but this takes 3 seconds to install, so I don't see the point. In the GLFS, we have to build it twice. Have it ready to go here. Let's do the first one. Search. And these we don't need. Let's just clean this up. Just have prefix and disable static, make check, and then make install. And install the documentation. It's Zbuild. Figuring now. It did the patch I saw flash by. And it's going to take a bit for the test as well. And we're down here at 41 seconds. Time to build the next one. And 32. It's very similar to, just change my naming scheme. It's been a long day. C. Paste this in. This one apparently, according to this, does not need the patch because it's 32-bit. Now build 32-bit the PNG. Without the test suite, it should take a lot quicker. And we're done 10 seconds. Okay, time to build free type here. Just configuration ready to go. GBC. This is pass 1. Building this twice. Again, twice. Configuring. What will this one take? About 0.2. We're going to do the documentation after, since it's not really that required. Okay, next is to build this one here, 97.2. Paste it in here. This one's slightly different, but not too different. It's pretty much the same as Dester. Save and build for the 32-bit libs. It's probably take a lot quicker. We're done with that one as well. This is pass 1. But we need to build this for grub UEFI. Okay, it's time to build some file systems here. We're going to be building Fuse. I think I might have to build this twice, because it does have a library. This is a big test for me as well, so there, target installed. Perfect, 15 seconds. Okay, let's try this for part 2 now. Hopefully this works. It's just a VM and it's trying anyway, so as far as I know, I have my 3 package configurations for the Meson build. Meson compile and destor install, and copy that. I was just using this to see. I don't think it has a host configuration for Meson, so hopefully this works. And looks like it. It's on setting and it's compiling, linking, nice. And it looks good actually. And it did do the destor install into that. Okay. Okay, time to build the FAT32 file system. You only have to do this once because it doesn't have any libraries. Just for the 64-bit install and to allow us to do make fsfat for the grub UEFI, which we'll be installing next. And Zbuild. And this will probably take a very minimal amount of time. Test suite looked like it was very good. Okay, now we're going to do a stripped down version of grub UEFI. So we've already installed grub for MDR, but this one's different because we're installing it so it can access the UEFI. There is instructions here if you've skipped some of the stuff. Use the full install here, including the completions. If you don't, it's just the core plus these files here, which I've done. And the test suite. I've run the test suite numerous times and they all have erroneous links. Everything looks good. Save. Might take a bit of time as well. I don't need to install this for M32, so it'll take roughly 5 minutes. Okay, and we're done with this. Now, we have to go through a little bit of network configuration here, especially right here, when we want to set up our network. Just like that. Have another configuration is better. Okay, I'm going to create the configuration file right here. It's really simple. It's just that creates the DHCP for number 10 Ethernet. Yeah. Oh, this is very similar. I just call it that. And there's no wireless because this is QAM. That's 32, I guess. Name. And we customize our host file right here. I'm just going to paste this in here. It's just a terminal. There's our local host. Loading stuff. I did something. This is already created. We can't use these because they haven't been installed. Just say that. Console. I've done all this. I changed the font map to a little bit different. And like, can't do local control because it's not active yet. And as you can see, we have a lot of locales. A few extra things like lang LCR and LC type. Need that later. And I've created the profile. This has been done. I've created this input RC. shells file. And now we're just going to do this here to disable the screen blanking. It helps. I don't want to disable the tab. It's about services and stuff. If you need to activate any default services. Working with core files and stuff, which is good for debugging. As you can see, this one here is VDB. Okay, we've already created this file system. We can mount it. No, it should. I think we formatted it already. Let's see. And it's boot mounted. Next is to install the UEF5. This should be good. Installing for the x86 platform. No error reported. Next is to mount the firmware. Bootloader. Should come back, no error. And this is just another checks. And it shows LFS is in the thing, and it's set up to boot next. Next is to create our minimal grub. Just have to make sure this is 3. And the kernel is, this is going to be VDA3, because I have a swap partition. We have to come in here and edit the kernel here. Next is to create our files tab, file SS tab file, and I'm going to remove the other ones. This is going to be VDA. Everything's the same. We could set this to no default, but it doesn't really matter. And so that is done. Okay, welcome back. This version is we're going to set up some release files. Over. Change this. Copy and paste, which I could do. This. These are just some system version files. I'm just going to change this to maybe multilib. These are just some release files. And get counted. I've done that so many times. Now we get to log out, actually. Okay, I should clean these up first. And it's going to take a little bit. I'm going to log out and unmount. But before we unmount these, we have this here, which we have to unmount. We have to unmount this first. And we'll just do that just to make sure. And we have to remember to unmount before we unmount the stuff we mounted in chapter 7. Because remember, we mounted the EF5Rs. This wouldn't be a problem because everything would be already built in chapter when we rebooted, when we built the UEFI for grub in the beyond Linux from scratch version. So yeah, next is just, so that's cleaned out. Now we can make there's 9. So we just clean this up before we move on. We'll be ready to build our next book, or I mean next chapter, which is chapter 11 and whatever else, and beyond. So this is cleaned out. We could clean this out. There's no point in having these. I didn't even look at them, so. And let's just check to see how much space we're using. That's using only 33 meg. And total is going to be 4.8 gig, which is a fair chunk. I'm gonna have to try to squish it down. Just trying to get this onto a USB. I mean a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. Get rid of sources. Oh, /temp. I don't want to remove the sources quite yet, in case we need it. But we'll see. Maybe we can squash FS this down. So log out and see. We're there. As we didn't mount the home. Oh, what's busy is this. If you're having a virtual terminal open, that could be the problem. Okay, mounted that. And yep, looks like we'll be ready to reboot. I'm just going to be adjusting my thing. This is my initial version that I used. And this is the new multi-lib disk, which I have to change. I won't need this, but that's, oh, that's my source files from the original. So I could just do this to change that. Keeping the UEFI, and we'll set this to drive disk 0. It's the only one. Yeah, clean up this file. Log file. It's just running at a small terminal, 800 by 600. And let's just that would be awesome. Okay, I guess I can exit from this shell. Now I get to power off the Quem terminal right here. And let's save this. Oops. I don't want to do that. Because that's SSH. And there's our, that's a good sign. Grub is working. And booted. Remember your password. And there's our file system with Zbuild. And prove it. Union-A. We're running Quem LFS 32 6.14.4. And now it's our next journey is to build on top of this, but I'm going to be turning this into a Squash FS DVD-ROM, which will be in other versions and other in other programs, videos. So we don't have this anymore. Should be able to actually SSH into this. Should I kept that open? Just to show you. I don't think. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back into the regular JL, my web server LFS. I'm back in that one. So I'm going to show you a few things. I had to copy over some systemd unit files, and it's now back over to that one. Slash this. We're back into our 32-bit version here. We need to install these files here. So I'm just going to do there, and this file here goes. Oops. Yeah, be careful with that, because remember, we want to actually do this here. Because we want to be off our, and it says new file, good. Remember which directory you're in. And that gets us our domain. I could have ch rooted, but I don't want to ch root into this. So our next one is this file, because we're renaming it. It should say new file and the app service file. And now we want to actually install the socket file. It should be new file. We're creating the socket here. That's pretty much all that it is, but we could just check to make sure those. Now we want to change those files to 644 that we just created. Just so we know that it's being changed. Okay, so when we created them properly. Okay, we can't enable the service because we're not ch rooted in. We can actually now remove the sources to save some space. So let's check to see our size. Max depth. Down to 4.2 gig. That should be good. Okay. And that's how we create our SSH service. Okay, I'm just going to exit and power down the terminal. And I'm going to switch this. That one. That one. Now when we boot here, bring this over. See, we're rebooted right back into our 14.4. And reload this. I forgot one thing. Maybe we forgot one thing. Maybe the test we had to do. Okay, I think I have to make sure that. I don't know. Okay. I just noticed here that I forgot the install and the wanted by. Let's check our socket. Make sure want socket. Just see it's an install thing. Okay. Okay, now we have SSH. Prove it. We should be able to now. Oh, we have to delete the key. I just had to go into the known hosts here and delete that key. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We enabled it, but we actually have to also start the service. Other than that, it's not going to work. Yes. And it's another thing is to make sure you actually have passwords that you remember. Okay, there's a few things we have to change here in these sshd.config. Is this, for one, permit root login. This is fine. We want public key authentication. Just comment, make sure it's yes. And keyboard is yes. Those are the only two options. Three options that we have to enable to get. And that means restart SSH. And now we're back in, and just to show, we're in our QEM LFS 32. Okay, hope that helps in setting up SSH in a QEM environment. Thank you. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and if you want to catch up on me, I have a codeberg.org/TravisK. You can catch up on the Zbuild program here, which I'm using. I'm updating it. I just did it yesterday because I had to update the curl libraries. There is some simple QT6 tutorials and simple examples I have in here. Is just creates a main window as well as an extended main window. This is a CMake list. It's just a demo of how to generate a CMake file on Linux or on any platform. And if you're using Python Meson, I have a little demo here. It is also opens a GTK 4 main window. You can see it right here. And it's just very simple. It just activates the window and loads. And that's over here at codeberg.org/TravisK. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy these videos.